good morning.
Good morning.
I know my time is limited. And I always talk to a large group, and I can say it's large. Anyway, what I would like to say is I can remember one very specific time in my life that God has really came to me. And there's so many times I can mention when I was asked to do this, my mind just flooded with 1,000 different things that I could come up with, because I'm sure all of us feel that at one time or another, regardless of how we are. But anyway, it was like 9 years ago. Gerry received a letter from her workman's compensation in the mail stating that she owed $127,000 back to the state. So we thought to ourselves, wow, we started thinking, what do we do? Sell the house, sell the kids? What should you do? So anyway, we dealt with it the following day, Monday. We went down to our attorneys, workman's comp attorneys, and he looked at it and he couldn't figure out how could we owe $127,000 back to the state and they're supposed to be paying her. And they were giving her a small amount each month. She hurt herself, she's a school teacher, and she hurt herself during outside activities at school. So anyway, she had surgeries, blah, 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 and yada, 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 as they say. But anyway, the attorney was kind of shocked. He called workman's comp. They tried to explain to him, and he did not even understand. And he told us he doesn't know. So we left there just really weary that what are we going to do? We would have to sell our house to pay this amount of money back. So the following Sunday, I came into this church, which is my home. And it's in my heart. And it's in my heart every day. And when I walk into this building, I can just feel not only the love of the people, but the love of God who is here. And it's faith that is everything. But you have to seek it out. You have to want it. You have to want it enough, and you will receive it. And I sat in the back pew, and I was very, very upset, wondering what we were going to do, because this took all my mind. So I just started to pray, and all of a sudden, I just felt such a gladness come over me, like, this is silly, there's nothing to worry about, we don't owe this money. And I just started to pray and pray and pray. So something just came to me, I don't know what, but anyway, on the way home, I started thinking of 12 questions I wanted to ask the state to find out why this amount of money is owed. So the following afternoon, that Sunday, I sat down and I wrote 12 different questions I wanted to ask the state, so I knew what I was talking about. So the following Monday, the next day, I called the state, waited my turn to have an operator answer, and through the grace of God, it was the operator that dealt with Gerry through her whole disability time in court and on the phone through the state of Maryland for Montgomery County Schools. She happened to be the one that answered my turn on the phone. Out of 300 and some, it was her. And there's no such thing as a coincidence. I've always said that. There is no such thing as a coincidence. So she knew who we were right away, and she explained. So I asked all 12 questions. And all 12 answers were the answers I expected. And that was God working through the people of the state, through my mind, and to have the understanding of it. And it comes to find out that the $127,000 that we owed was being paid back through the state monthly over the last umpteen years. And when we only owed a couple thousand back, that we were paying each month and not realizing we were paying it because it was being deducted from her workman's compensation. So it was like an angel, and God just lifted us up so much. When I got off the phone with her, I just sat there and I just felt God's presence in me like I did the day before in church. That you have that feeling of love, you have that feeling that God is there no matter how much trouble you had, no matter how much sorrow, financial, especially today. So many people are in debt. It's so hard, but God looks. And God does not give us anything that we can't handle. And God just has that love for us. And that's my story of how I felt the love. But there's been so many. I can go on for hours. Can I have another 40 minutes? Okay. But anyway, I could just go on and on. There's so many times in this church, which is my home, it's done that to me and it's touched me. But that was just one example I wanted to share with you, and I thank you for listening.